Hello and welcome to All Things Fallout. Please stand by and put your money in my pocket to access this video. But no, I am joking. Just bear with me. Let's wait for a few people to join and let's discuss what we're all seeing on Twitter or Bethesda's page at the moment. So just give me a sec. I'll open up access so I can see your comments. Okay, let's get this started and let's see what we can see from this latest update. So, like many of you, I was expecting private worlds today and I didn't get them. So we were kind of faced with the patch notes on the Bethesda website. Went to these patch notes and we got a big spread of a new service that's coming called Fallout First. And for those of you who don't already know, that is a service where it's a membership benefit. So you need to pay money, and you will get, for these benefits, you will get playing in a private world exclusively for you and up to 7 friends, right? You'll get a scrap box, which is unlimited storage for crafting components in a new scrap box container, a survival tent, which is a new placeable fast travel point with stash, sleeping bag and whatever, so it's almost like just a tent that you can put up and jump to. You'll receive 1,650 atoms per month to use in the atomic shop. You will get the Ranger armor outfit, which is the iconic one from Fallout New Vegas, and you'll get exclusive, unique icons and emotes available only to members of this service. So yeah, I kind of looked at this and thought, yeah, it's a bit of a pee take, but I'll buy it. So I looked and seen how much it was, and £11.99. I thought, or £11, and I thought, oh, that's not too bad. Until I realised that was only for 1 month, and we are now talking nearly $100, £100 if you want to take this up for 12 months. So, and that's just, like you say, to be honest, that to me is just kind of hit me for 6. I wouldn't say I've been a great defender of this game. I do like this game. I do enjoy it. I still enjoy it. And obviously, you know, I have a channel called All Things Fallout, so obviously, you know, I do like the game. But I don't really agree with this. I mean, this is something that everybody's wanted for such a long time, and now we've got to pay for it. And what I mean by that is, I mean the private servers, and like I say, it's not very good. I've been looking on Twitter, I've been looking at a lot of things, and with the likes of Netflix, for example, you could have a basic Netflix account for the price of this, and you're getting in-game money and private worlds and whatnot. You can get Amazon Prime for that kind of money. You can get your own Apple Music, individual Apple Music, for this amount of money a month, when you can access millions and millions of songs. And I'm guessing also you've got Apple TV Plus as well. So and let's be honest, you could go on, and I'm sure you guys could tell me even more things that cost around this a month, for essentially something that people would say should have already been in the game when it was released. So I'm actually just trying to bring up my live control room so I can see what if we've had any feedback from you guys yet. So Bob Pope likes bacon. Cheers, mate. That's cool. So let's have a look. Let me just do a test. So yeah, I mean, I'd like to know everyone's thoughts on this. I could sit here and be devil's advocate and think about why it's being done. I mean, it's quite easy to sit there and say, right, this is a cash grab, this, that, and the other. But if I take my gamer's hat off for a moment and I talk as if I am a businessman, for example. One reason could be that they feel they've put that much effort into creating the how can I put it? The next update, is it? I can't remember what it is. Somebody'll have to tell me. Where we've got NPCs back in the game and blah 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 blah. Maybe they feel that they've used too much resource, too much money, and they're trying to regain some of the profits back on extra work that they've done to put that in the game. That's devil advocate, right? That's me playing devil advocate. Maybe they feel that this game has been such a potential hotbed screw up from the beginning that they want to try and get some cash back for mistakes that have been made and extra work that the teams have had to do. Now, another possibility, and again, devil's advocate, I don't necessarily agree with any of this, is private servers. You could argue that the amount of money it's going to take to run that many servers, for everyone to have a private server, they need to upgrade their infrastructure or buy more servers or whatever. However, again, people can always argue that you've got free-to-play games out there that millions of people play, and we're not paying for that. You might be paying for it in cosmetic ways, like you do in Fallout 76. And I'm not one against the Atom Store, and you're not necessarily paying to win. Yes, you could argue you've got the repair boxes and this, that, and the other, blah 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 blah, and it's one of those. And we've had a first comment, and it's quite interesting because I've had somebody that said, I've paid my first month, can't wait till later to get on, the price is cheaper than the takeaway, and that only lasts 10 minutes. And it's a good point, actually. It's how much you're invested in this game. So everyone is going to have those kind of feelings that, yeah, good point. I mean, I mentioned Netflix, I mentioned this, I mentioned that, but yeah, how much you want to invest in this. My personal opinion is, I don't think you get enough for your money. That's my opinion, and I don't think it's a good business model. Because what my fear for myself is this could be a really bad thing, an effect on Fallout 76. Like you say, this could push a lot of people away from Fallout 76. And you could argue, oh, you private world, who cares? But the less people playing the game, and the less people buying bits from the store and bits like that, then the less likely that Bethesda are going to support the game, and then we're just going to end up shutting it down at some point, or just let it die of death. Because that's the way it kind of looks like it could go. I mean, it's definitely one of these. It's definitely a talking point. From looking at Twitter, most people are absolutely disgusted by this. The number one thing that people wanted was private servers, and you're not getting it, and that is peeving a lot of people off. Why we can't just have an offline world, I don't know. Hi there, thanks for joining. Only $99, what a bargain. That's from Timmy537, and I see the irony in that. And that's the thing. I love your channel. Thank you very much, Nathan Ortiz. And yeah, I mean, this is the thing. That's what it comes to. I actually went in and I was going to purchase the update. I thought, oh wow, I'm going to do it. And it was, I'm in the UK, it was £11.99. And to actually, I was about to accept it and realised it was just for 1 month. And that was when I just thought, you know, it's just, you know, 11. I think the biggest problem is it is that $100, $99, £100 or whatever. That's the problem. I think that's the sticky wicket. Like a lot of people say, you pay half the price for your PlayStation Live Access and your Xbox Gold membership. You pay less for going online with every game on your console, ignoring PC where you just don't, but ignoring that, that's and now I'm in. So like you say, it's one of those things where you just think to yourself, it is a lot of money. That is a lot of money. I mean, I think you've got to be a pretty die-hard Fallout 76 player to do it. I mean, ultimately, you guys that support my channel, obviously the advertising, I make a little bit of cash out of that, which allows me, and to be honest, I don't make anything out of it. A lot of it goes back into what I do, so I'll probably spend the few pennies that I get on you know, atomic points and things like that. So for me, you know, I kind of thought to myself, do you know what, I will pay for this, but even I can't stretch to £100 or $99. I can't justify that for what I'm getting. And I think that's and here we go, this is absolutely for the die-hard fans. The only ones that grind the game religiously will have that entire world all to themselves, untouched. And that's what I was hoping to do today. And that point from JD is, I was hoping to come into today, look at the private worlds, and I was going to have a look and see what happens. What exploits you could possibly do. I mean, I was thinking straight off, White Springs, I can run around White Springs, and then I can log out, log back in, reset all the enemies in the area, and just do some more legendary farming, as opposed to having to share the world with somebody else and then getting a kill and doing all that. As I'm sure you've all felt the pain over the time. So yeah, I mean, another thing that I was obviously, like I said, I was I need to go on to is the timing of this. I know people say that love the game, not going to pay back to Fallout 4 for me. Hopefully Bethesda comes back from it, but still. And I think that's from Timmy again, and again, it's another good point. This is exactly in some ways the way I feel. I love the game, but I'm not. I am a die-hard fan because I've got a channel about it, but I'm not willing to spend that money. But like you say, the timing. People say that bad news, any news, bad or good, is kind of good because you're getting publicity. And I've jumped online. I'm broadcasting just a Fallout 76 screen because we haven't got access to the servers yet, because I was just really passionate about this, and I just had to get online and go, oh my god, what is going on? And like you say, The Outer Worlds comes out in less than 48 hours, and I'm getting The Outer Worlds because I'm a massive fan of New Vegas. But it all feeds into Fallout again. The Outer Worlds, it is a single player game, and it is a game that it's basically what most people wanted from Fallout 76. Now I wasn't disappointed when they announced Fallout 76. It was going to be online. It was going to be this. It was going to be that. I was willing to just bear with it and give it a go because the simple fact is, it's more Fallout. So I was quite happy with that, and I took it warts and all. However, you've got Borderlands 3 that's been out for 2 weeks or so now. You've got The Outer Worlds coming out tomorrow. Not forgetting the new Call of Duty. And yes, I think it was mentioned earlier. Was it? Sorry guys, I'm just looking back through. Can't remember who mentioned it. Yes, he said it's for the die-hard fans. This is really for the die-hard fans, and that was JD. It's actually for the die-hard fans, and it's true. Again, it goes back to that point: is the fact that your core, your fringe people, and your people that love to play it, they're just going to walk away, and they're just going to go on to other things. I'm playing a bit of Borderlands 3 at the minute, and the announcement, and I will be playing out The Outer Worlds tomorrow, the day after. However, the way I look at it is, I seen the announcement they're going to put back the NPCs and all the other types of things. I was thinking it's great that they put it back to the new year, the NPC bit and the whole Wastelanders thing. I was quite chuffed because I thought, that really does give me some time to kind of do a bit of something else, over the Christmas period and whatnot. And fresh new start, Fallout 76 in the new year, really stick on with that. And I still can do that, but it's kind of almost like it's just a disappointment. Let's go to the comments. This is from Timmy537. Already watching some streamers play Outer Worlds. Looks and feels like Fallout. It does. I've been looking myself. I mean, I'm completely and utterly jealous that there's guys out there that have already got it. This is Wolfspot99. This will definitely send players to the Outer Worlds, and I think you're completely right. And there you go, custom mod. You can buy the entire series of Fallout on Steam for a lot less than $100, and I've done that myself. And like you say, you've got loads of content. I mean, like you say, just go out and buy Fallout 4 if you haven't. When it comes up today, I will spend $30 for it, and it'll give me a full month to solo and new. See if Farmer Legendary bears more fruit, and maybe start a new character. It's an interesting one from JD. I was kind of thinking that myself. Do I just jump in for a month and just see what it's like and see how we go. I'm not entirely sure yet. Is anyone on Xbox? So somebody's asking. Ryan Brown, the Outer Worlds looks so much better already. It's even got NPC included at launch. Brilliant. Thank you, Ryan. I like that one. That's very interesting. And Brian Busby has come back and said that he's on Xbox. And this is Wolfspot 999999. I mean, it's not even worth it for die-hard fans to buy this pass. And and I think that's, you know, part of this kind of conversation or discussion that I'm having online now is I'm hoping that somebody would convince me that there is a reason to drop $100 or whatnot for a camp and a new outfit and whatnot. So it's Timmy 537. Just know you lose all your stuff and progress after 1 month. Ouch. That sounds pretty beastie. And this is from Alexis. Is F76 worth to play? I just bought it. I don't know what to think. It is definitely worth playing. Ignore us with this Fallout First business. There's a hell of a lot of content that you are going to get out of Fallout 76 from now on. Paid mods coming soon to Fallout First. That wouldn't surprise me. So Wolfspartan again. Timed events, farming legendaries. That's not going to be worth it. Right? Yeah, it's true. Fallout 76 is worth it if you love the game, and that's right from Timmy. And yes, he loves the Fallout series, and you won't be disappointed. One disappointment that I had is I've just been reading the news and bits and bobs about the private servers coming. So I've been talking to a lot of my friends and a lot of people that have kind of walked away from Fallout 76 after doing maybe a good 6 months worth, and they've always been very uncomfortable with the actual all online bit. Now, to be honest with you, I think for me, I'll come to that in a minute. We'll carry on with the friends bit first. As I've been telling all my friends that, like you say, have put it down over the last few months, and I've been saying, look, guys, just give me 2 secs. Sorry, just a news flash. Chelsea just scored against Ajax. Sorry, completely off topic. So yeah, I was telling my friends, get back on. You know, private servers are coming out on the 23rd of October. It's time to get back in, because, like I said, they were all comfortable with the kind of online bit. And I've just been made to look an absolute fool. Not that I'm bothered. I'm always being made to look a fool. But the thing is I think it's more the fact that I've got to let my friends down and tell them that actually you can't go on the private servers because you've got to spend $11 a month for the privilege of having your own private server. Let's go back to the comments. What we've got, not to mention nuking Prime Vision plus 8 people recommended. Good point, actually, that. When, you know, there's going to be a point when you want to do the Scorch Queen event, you know, trying to get your mates involved. If you only bring 7 friends in, they've got to be pretty good to actually, kill it. Hold on 2 seconds. Sorry about that. So here we go. You won't lose everything after a month. You just won't be able to add the scrap stash, and you won't have the private worlds anymore. What about multiplayer? Are there a lot of players? How does it work? What will happen with your access? Crap in your stash? That's interesting. Use the pocket cheat myself. You still have access to scrap stash, you just can't add to it. Okay, that makes sense. Even after the membership has ended. Okay. Right, okay. Wow, an Xbox pal of mine brought down the Queen down on his own. Wow. Heck, my first car was to use Power Arm exclusively and now has a 450 capacity without mods. Pay for 1 month, grind like hell, then never buy it again. That's a good, yeah. Yes, even after the membership has ended. I mean, one thing, like I would say, if you offered me this for $20 or even $25 for 12 months, I would pay for that. I would. I mean, the 100, that's the thing. I mean, you can argue that Destiny comes out with that many. I mean, now they're just ridiculous with their updates. I used to do a lot of coverage for Destiny 2, and I have literally dropped that. And for a similar reason, they're just a cash cow. They are throwing out £50 updates for a year, or £60 updates for a year, and you're not getting a massive amount. Apparently the new yearly update or whatever is pretty good, but it's one of those things. It's like the content, you play it for a week and it's gone. But by the by, that's Destiny. This is Fallout. We're talking Fallout. So back to the comments. Yeah, Tent's cool. Even the private servers. If it was a forever server, I would pay £100, no problem. That's from Timmy, and that's an interesting point. Yeah, and Brian Busby's the Destiny franchise is totally, yeah, and this is the thing that gets me. Yeah, and I get this. This is what gets me with this whole thing. Fallout, Destiny do these things, and we buy. So Bethesda think they can do it as well, and I think that's the thing. And there's many people over the years, loads of streamers and whatnot, that have actually said. The only way to stop people doing this is to not buy. Don't buy it. I'm hoping and I'm praying, and I don't have enough influence as a YouTuber or a vlogger or whatever you want to call me, answers on a postcard, that Bethesda would watch my video or read the comments on this video and say, do you know what, it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. But they only have to look at Twitter to see the rage and response that they're getting from people, is that this is not a good idea. So let's go back to the comments. I mean, I wish, I wish Fallout 76 was free to play, and I'd trade my PS Plus for this. That's interesting, because there was a lot of rumours that we were going to push this as free to play at one point. But obviously, it's kind of like we've gone from free to play to pay to play in the matter of months. Alexis Santiago asks, why did they create Fallout first, which is the membership thing we're all talking about here? We don't know. Earlier on in the video, probably before you joined, I played devil's advocate and I said maybe they haven't made as much money on this as they thought. They need, for private servers, they need a lot more money, so that's why they're offering this subscription. We don't really know. I mean, this is another one. This is from JD. I wish that they would have just offered to make the game downloadable and playable offline. No additional cost, just offline. I mean, that's one of the things. I think many moons ago there was a massive debate about SimCity, when that was literally you could not play it offline. And as this gaming's developed, and there was a massive stink about that at the time, and I don't know if any of you guys remember that. And they eventually made it offline. And this is the thing. More and more games are becoming online only almost, because obviously Destiny 2 online only, and it actually gets to a point where actually it's quite interesting. Like I said, I've been playing Borderlands 3, and it's actually nice to pause a game and walk away from it, or God forbid, use the function on your PlayStation to put it in rest mode, come back the next day and you were exactly where you are, instead of seeing you've been logged out of a server message. And so yeah, I totally agree with that. I don't understand why you can't just have it offline. I mean, the files are big enough as they are, so I don't understand what's missing from the actual 50 or 60 gig that we have on our hard drives, because, correct me if I'm wrong, Fallout 4 was about the same size. Back to the comments. Nobody has enough influence, and I think that's right. Unless we want to go and buy Bethesda and kind of say, right, okay, yeah. So Infinity Scrap Stash should have been base, and private service should have been months after release. Now, going to this, the Infinite Scrap Stash thing, right, is that only on private servers? Because the reason I say that is because when the game was first released and they was just drip feeding us more and more space in our stashes, I was always under the impression that was because of performance. So if they're all of a sudden going to give you an infinite scrap stash and you're not in a private server, isn't that just going to create more performance problems? So are we being lied to here? Mr. Bobajango, I really do love 76, but the transparency has been really poor. I totally agree with that. I do love the game. And to be honest with you, I think a lot of us do love the game. I just don't think we like this decision. Alexis, this is from Brian Money, and I mean, I'm talking about devil's advocate, this, that, and the other. But like you say, it's greed, isn't it? Money makes the world go around, and they've got shareholders and this, that, and the other that need more money and need this. I'd agree. It's a money problem. One day, every game will be pay to win with loot boxes, and that's interesting that you say that, because what you're getting is a game like The Outer Worlds that is potentially now going to be a lot more popular than it probably would have been, because it's giving us what we want. To the comments, superior money, yes. A fully dunked digestive biscuit. Not happy that the Ranger armor is locked to the pass. Yeah, that does suck. CNC Frosthouse was my all-time favourite. Money destroyed it. Infinity carries into Adventure also. Yeah, so like you say, over to Adventure for members. So yeah, so you guys are kind of answering my question, which is, yeah, why can't we? What was all the bullshit about not having loads more weight and stuff early days? Microsoft to buy Bethesda and put it in Game Pass. That would be amusing. yeah, I've played the game since its betas, as I have as well, and I'm extremely saddened by the greed, and I am. I mean, like you say, I could cope with the actual the cosmetic purchases, and I have almost supported the game by buying atoms and buying different bits and bobs. And I know I bought quite a lot of different things, and it doesn't. I don't think it's pay to win on that thing. I don't think it is this time. I just think the amount of money they're asking for this is ridiculous. Back to the comments of So they fired Q&A in droves right after nuclear winter, over 30 people. Wastelanders being delayed isn't a surprise. They are bleeding the most loyal players to keep the game from its deathbed, and that's a very good point. When you think about it, private servers in addition to Wastelanders will make Fallout 76 a single player RPG a very expensive player RPG. That's from JD, and AA agrees as I do. That is definitely true. So for players who work and don't have time to wait for an area cooldown, I think it's cool. I've tried farming areas and they're always on a cooldown. I could take my time in areas, and that is true. It's a good point. I've pulled almost 700 hours in Fallout 4 and still playing it over and over. 76 could still top it. The core is not rotten. It's the shareholders, and I think you're right. I think I'd like to think that, and that's Timmy537. I'd like to think that. I'd like to think that, you know, gaming isn't like it was many moons ago. It wasn't guys that would sit in a room and just hack something out on their old Spectrum or Commodore or whatever, or PC. It is literally big business now, and you know, Bethesda is a big all-encompassing business. You know, it has the different legs, the ID stuff and everything. But the thing is, what you feel is, if you look at all those franchises, are they a little bit more watered down now they're under one umbrella? Can't you buy weapons in the shop now? Can you? I don't think you could. You could buy cosmetics for the guns from the Atomic store. I don't think you can buy weapons from there. Anything that's like play to win anyway. Skins, yeah, as it said by there. I'm putting over 1,000 followers into Fallout. That is very good. And here we go. This is, the servers aren't really private, they are just normal servers, whitelisted for premium members. It's not like Nitrid servers, except you actually personalise and own. Right, yeah, that's true. It's just, it is literally just a space on a server. You know, I don't know how many people you can get on one server. And it is a nice way of looking at it. Another perspective is that £99 is only 27p a day, everybody, and I'm sure we all spend more than 27p on, you know, a can of cola. Thought there was a knife in there. Might be a knife in there. It's a good call. If you want to make money, release a lot more cosmetics and lower the price. Bam! You got cap. Yeah, and he's right. That's from Wallspot 999. So, Jesting Demon, really, Fallout First is just an EOS Plus. Yes, true, that is. We're doing regular servers like in Conan or Ark, but those games don't give you anything extra, and this is cheaper than those, and that is a good point. I think, are we just upset because the goalposts have moved? That, you know, we've wanted this from launch, and people, you know, we've all wanted private servers, we all wanted a local game, and it's like, we're going to give you that, we're going to give you that, we're going to give you that, we will give you that, we're going to give you it at some point, but you're going to have to pay for it. And I think that ultimately is the real kick in the teeth, isn't it? I think that's it. And I think that was, you know, I've only seen this announcement for a couple of hours now, and I think something like that. And I think, like you say, am I going to warm to the idea as time goes by? What I would like to happen, ultimately, you know, is to meet us halfway. If they turn around and said, right, $50, $49 for a year, I'll probably say yeah. I think that's my limit. For other people, it will be always F off, no money. And for other people, it might be $20 or $25. I mean, like you say, why don't you just charge us, 100 atoms every time we want a private server? I mean, that would be a possible way of doing it. So let's go back to the comments. Just seen on screen, Noop, laugh out loud. They plan on adding that to these servers too. If it helps the company produce better games and additional data, that would be great. That would be great. Not confident they will, but yeah, they'll be bad games anyway. Still hoping best we'll see the light someday and fix it. If not, we'll see the light anyway, dying and failing around while the monster EA eats them, probably. P.S. I just want to say I appreciate your treasure map videos. That's how I found you. Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate that. At the end of the day, we need more info, and yes, that's interesting. It's from Brian again, and it's a bit left field, wasn't it? It was almost like this left field kind of, right, we're going to take it down for maintenance tomorrow. It's going to be a new patch and an update and a download, and I tell you what, we won't let you see the what's coming until we're already it's too late. And there we go, we got this announcement. So, and yeah, we would like to know more. Let's go to Twitter and see what's on there. Because I found some, you get all the usual amusing things on Twitter. So this is I won't name the name. Somebody from Twitter. I'm not a Fallout fan, but I'm a fan of reasonable people, and you seem like one of those. I just had to see an unnecessary backlash at Bethesda. Well, that's neither here nor there. And as I go down the pages, one of my favourite actual, I don't know if any of you guys have seen it, is the pit. It has the Fallout first background, and the Vault Boy's just sticking his finger up, which I think is quite amusing. So yeah, there's not a lot of positivity, and I think this is why I've done this video. Is if you, Mother always told me, if you've got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. And it got to the point where I haven't, and I still really to this day I haven't slagged off Fallout 76. I still think it's a great game. I just find it a little bit disappointing that we are having to pay for something that was almost promised. I won't go ahead and say this has ruined my childhood or my life, because I think in some respects, and this is the completely honest thing, and I'm just going to take a drink before I'm getting a bit parched. Sorry about that. I think for me, the tide really turned with Fallout 76 was when they brought in survival mode. Because what it did is when they did that change, you had adventure mode and private, and then survival mode, and then obviously Fortnite thing. And it's one of those things where I actually thought what it did was survival mode. If you want to be a dick and shoot people, go to survival mode. And people can try and annoy you in adventure mode, but to be honest, what I found was from starting from beta to playing to that point is you see this downward spiral of people trying to get in your face all the time. And especially the survival mode, it kind of moved people that wanted to just dick about to just go and do that somewhere else. And that's fine, you know. And I almost didn't think that private servers were going to exist. I actually thought at that point that you'd got your you'd got your Fortnite bit. For the life of me, I can't remember what it's called. Battle Royale. You've got your Battle Royale. You've got your survival if you want to dick about. And then you got your adventure mode. And the thing is you would actually see, because as time went by, clearly less and less people were actually playing the game as well. Excuse me, 2 sec. Sorry about that. As time went by, a lot of people are playing Battle Royale. A lot of people are playing Survival. So you're kind of spreading people over different game modes. So what you're doing is, I would find that doing me a nice little adventure mode is I actually spent less time. That was actually less. Sometimes I'd go and there'd be 2 or 3 people on a server, and like you say, sometimes it felt very quiet, and almost like it was your own private server. I mean, one of the things I wanted to find out with private servers, and going back to one of the points made by these guys, is it wouldn't, if I had the time and the inclination, I'd like to see what private servers gives you. Does it, you know, because at the minute, you know, I will do some guides and videos, and there's a rifle in a certain place, and it could be a sniper rifle, it could be a knife, and you know, you've got a cycle of a certain item at a certain place within the game that will cycle through 5 or 6, 7 different things depending on what server you drop on. Now, if you go to private servers, will it always be that item? I'm guessing not, because you would be jumping from a private server would just be the same as any other server, like survival mode and adventure mode. It's just that you will be the only one on there, or your friends. So there's the point. Coming back to the point of, is it worth £100 or $100, $99? You kind of don't need it anymore. I mean, I feel that I don't need it. Maybe because, you know, I do live in the UK, so maybe the times I play are quieter. But saying that, I play all hours. So, you know, I'm going to be mixing with people from all over the globe. But back to the messages. Let's have a look and see what you guys are saying. Where did I get to? Unlimited stash for mats. Facilities possible without making trouble on the server. Very good. I feel like a good move for Beza would have been to increase the stash limit for all players to 1,000 before introducing a paid unlimited scrap stash. Now that's, and the way that you've put that, JD, is it does kind of sum up how it looks. You know, it's like, yeah, why haven't they increased the stash limit and the weight carrying for everybody else? But they've kind of like, oh, we'll introduce this, but you gotta pay for it. Oolong Wait server. It's not unnecessary to some. I've put a lot of hours into Fallout franchise. I've seen they're getting a little greedy. Yeah, I mean, I think everyone can see that. I think the thing is, like you say, I dabbled in the earlier Fallouts after playing Fallout 3. Fallout 3 was magnificent. It was, for me, I played the Elder Scrolls. I tried to play Morrowind on the old Xbox, and that was pretty bad. Not the game itself, but playing it on Xbox. Not that the Xbox was bad, it just don't think it was really powerful enough for it. Plus, it was like early days of me doing a game like that as well. dipping my toes in, but also Fallout 3 was just tremendous. It was just brilliant. It was just one of these things where you walked out. I can remember walking out the vault and you staggered out, and then you went to your first town and your first Deathclaw, and I still get that kind of feeling of randomness from Fallout 76, and yeah, I love it. Fallout 4 was brilliant. Favourite still to this day is New Vegas. I love New Vegas. New Vegas was one of these ones that, like you say, it threw content at you. I mean, the sizable DLCs that they threw at you were fantastic. And like you say, and Fallout 4, they had a good selection, but they still didn't hit, you know, those DLCs that you would get from the New Vegas franchise, or in fact Borderlands 2, which just, you know, you've got to look at Borderlands, you've got to look at Gearbox. I mean, they made that rubbish Aliens game, but you've got to look at Borderlands 3. Tomorrow they've got a free event happening for all of Halloween-y type stuff that's going to last for a couple of months. Free. You know, there is premium stuff there as well. And excuse me. Yeah, so I've actually got it on PC as well. So, as well as PS4. So, where is... Let's have a look, see if we can get on yet. Probably going to be about another... Should be any time now, I would have thought. No, not now. PS4 versus PC. It's got to be PC. So, we've come to, I think, possibly the end of this conversational piece. I've kind of got that off my chest. I would have quite liked, you know, a different outcome, if I'm completely honest. It all seems very quiet on the Bethesda front. I mean, the thing is, I could actually go and look at the thingy page, the maintenance page, but it's never ever right. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the status portal. It actually says it's still down for maintenance. But I always thought there was another little page that tells you little updates. And has anyone got access to that? Let's toast the future of Fallout. Yeah, so okay, I think we'll probably wrap up now. If anyone's got any more questions, just fire them out. I'll just hover around for a bit. I'd like, it says, what was it? 10 hours, just looking at the offline, when it should be back. God, this is useless. Oh, self-loading. Oh, that's very nice. Thank you very much. Did you destroy our copies of Fallout 76 and send them so I don't buy out words? Yeah, still down for maintenance. Thanks for checking, mate. Toasted. Yeah, I mean, I'd kind of hope that there's going to be some kind of, you know, I don't know. I live in a dream world where I think to myself, do you know what? It's just going to be free. It's an April Fool's joke or something, where they're just, no, we're just joking. We're only joking. Of course, we wouldn't do that to you. I think, like you say, the left fieldness of it and the transparency of it, it doesn't, you know. I mean, look at this. I mean, I'm making a video to say I'm disappointed with this, and then you've got Fallout News, which is somebody that you know, I think they got quite a lot of they got, I mean, 58,000 followers on Twitter, and they've posted they're disappointed with this news. So, you know, you've got some proper die-hard people out there that love Fallout, that again aren't particularly happy with this, and it's still trending. It's ridiculously trending. Bethesda is, you know, it's definitely trending a lot out there. Every of the you know, Polygon and all IGN and all these kind of guys, they're jumping on it as well, because it's, you know, It's kind of that kind of thing. I just think ultimately, at the end of the day, when you've got a game that's struggling and a game that has had a lot of stick from a lot of people, is you should be working on damage limitation. You know, I don't know who sat there and decided that it was a good idea to charge you $100 or $99 or £100 for something that people complained should have been in the first place. And I think if I had a message for the people at Bethesda, is really, seriously, you know. And I think the thing is, we all should know that the gaming community walks away from things. Look, all you have to do is look at the Xbox One and look at PlayStation 4. Xbox One was going to be this massive multimedia type thing. They're almost walking away from games. It's not going to have a Blu-ray drive. It's not going to have this. You can't do this. You can't do the other, and whatnot, and always online and everything. And people just ultimately talk. Gamers are just like the worst people in the world for these businesses. You know, we all sit there and go, we're not having that. We'll walk away. We don't care. You know? And I think, and Microsoft, when you look at the Microsoft conference when they talked about the Xbox One and where Microsoft are now, coming into a next generation, and what they're doing in their message is all about the gamers. It's all about us. And I think the thing is who in their right freaking mind thinks that after all these other kerfuffles that have happened over the years, that they think that this is really going to go down well? And I think it was mentioned before, I think I've seen it on Twitter, where somebody put the meme of Todd Howard, and he said, blah 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 blah, trolls on the internet. And I think that kind of sums up, you know, you do not, yes, there is a lot of trolls on the internet, but there's also a lot of nice, good people that, you know, don't really want to take us for a ride. I completely love Fallout. I'm not going to say that I hate it and I hate Todd Howard and I hate these people and I hate that, because I don't. Because I understand that, you know, they have jobs, they have mortgages, they have children, wives and loved ones and everything, and I wouldn't go out of my way to badmouth any one individual. But what you've got to remember is we're the customer. The customer's not always right, but we, you know, if you do not give us to a great limit of what we want, we just won't buy it. You know, I'd like to say that as a community, the vast majority of the gaming community are quite savvy, and like you say, we know what we want. Yeah, sometimes we go overboard in saying that we don't want this and we don't want that, but generally, like you say, we just walk away. You know, and we'll just, look, I've had enough, forget it, let's not bother anymore. So let's have a look at some of the comments, and I was going to walk away, but still down for maintenance. Bethesda, they'll be down for a week. And wait, it's so late to announce it, we can't stop it, so we're going to have to go into the game. We'll have to learn to deal with it. And it's an interesting, yeah, I mean, why did they wait so long to announce it? Let's hope not. ETA, stay positive, Wastelanders. Remember, and I am looking forward to Wastelanders. Totally agree with you, Leatherface. I've been waiting to play already for 2 damn years for this damn update. It's interesting. Only trust modders to fix this game, and they will. And that's probably why, you know, Oh, hey up, hey up. We're here. Ooh. Special bundle and atomic shot. Camp bundle. Update highlights. So, continue. Play. Here we go. It's access to unlock. Hold on a minute. Where's survival mode? Have they dashed survival mode? Wait a minute. Let's go into adventure mode. Jeez, I need a beer. Yeah, that's it. Good luck with Sony giving modders access to PS4. That's why I bought it on PC as well. So, but Mr. Fallout, a question for you. If the company was yours, how would you take on the game? I would make it offline straight away, but I would, and this is it, I would actually keep the Atomic Store and stuff for the cosmetics. I'd probably change it a little bit to make it a little bit less, you know, crappy. But I'd be throwing DLC like the old days if I was honest. I'd be saying, look, here's a massive continent or a big area, and I'd just kind of throw it at you that way. That's what I'd probably do. So there's no survival mode, so okay, let's go in here. So yeah, it was a beta. Yes, it was a beta, that's right. When was survival mode removed then? Oh right, okay, I didn't realise it had been removed. Like I say, I have been doing other things. Yeah, so it's all gone. So is Nuclear Winter still in beta as well, or is that not in beta anymore? I didn't actually look. So there we go. Like I say, I don't think there was any more things to talk about really. I'm gonna go to my camp. There's a few people on already. If you don't like the game, don't play it. That's a good point. Yeah, if you don't like the game, don't play it. I do like this game. I think the point is, I don't willing to pay £100 to get on a private server. But like you say, if I was doing this, I would possibly, if I owned the game and I was doing this, I'd probably go for. But that's just what I want. Is that a money making? Could I make any money out of it? Would I just take the thing out of business? I don't know. I think I could do a good job of running the company and giving people what they want. And ultimately, at the end of the day, you know, if you give somebody a shoddy product, they don't want it. It's like, oh, here comes a new iPhone, and it's made out of wood. It now floats in water. It is also waterproof to a limit, but it floats. The thing is, if you give people crap, they'll own. You know, it's once bitten, twice shy. You know, and to be fair, I do love this game. I think this game is brilliant. I really do enjoy it. And what is private servers really going to give us anyway, eh? I think we all should just not worry about it. Worry about Wastelanders coming and just really enjoy it when that comes out, and enjoy the few events that are coming out now, and just I think we should all just chill and just ignore it for a bit. I think it's worth. Like you say, I think if you want to dip in for a month, why not give it a go? See what it's all about. It's not a bad idea. So in conclusion, I'm going to finish the video because I need a beer. I think ultimately I like the game. The conclusion is I like the game. I think it's really good, and I always have. Yes, it's clunky. It does these and it does dodgy things and it crashes quite a lot, but I still like to come back to it. I still love to play it. I'm still can't wait for the new content to come out. I'm really looking forward to it. We don't have to have private servers. I don't think we need them. I think if they can't charge you for offline mode. If you had an offline mode, it would be, that's what I want. I don't want private servers, I want an offline mode. Yeah, that's what I want. Right, I don't care. So if you don't give me offline mode, private servers, I don't care. The stash thing, I mean, I've done quite well. I think over this amount of time, I've got into a routine with my stash and me what I carry and me weight stuff, and to be honest with you, I'm happy with that. I don't need unlimited crap stash. That's fine. Cosmetically, would I like the armor? Probably. That'd be cool, but is it something that's going to be exclusive to that for forever? It might come in the Atomic Shop for a ridiculous amount of points, so you can buy it then. So I think I look cool as it is, and I do kind of play it this way all the time anyway. So I don't really, cosmetically, it's for everybody else, not me, because I don't sit there and look at my character all the time. So like you say, in conclusion, we're getting to that point. So for me, at this moment in time, it might be worth jumping in and just spending just 1 month and having a good go on it, and seeing what it's like. And for anyone else, just jump in, see what it's like, see what you feel. I'm probably going to hold off a bit before I jump into that. I think there may be a point down the line where maybe I look to jump into that. But the thing is, it's like it's what they do next, and I think that's the frightening thing. In conclusion, the frightening thing is what they do next. Will Wastelanders be? Will you get Wastelanders a week earlier if you're a first member? That's the concerns. They're the worries for me. And it's very much like games now where you're I'm trying to think of what game, like you can have a game 3-4 days early if you buy the premium edition or something like that. I'm all for one-off payments. This is the way I work. If you give me a one-off payment, if they turn around to me and said, look, you pay £50 and you can have private servers for the entirety of that we support it, I'd go, yeah, alright, and £50, £100 for the next 4 years or whatever, I'd take that. But it's like we live in a world where we are just completely full of subscriptions, and to be honest, you're paying out things every month. It's like every month you've got Netflix, you've got Amazon Prime, you've got your phone contract, you've got Apple Music, you've got Disney Plus, or it's like everything. Not only on top of if you've got a house like me and this, that, and the other, you've got your bills, your mortgages, your TV package, your other TV packages and stuff. And it's just another expense that has to come out a month. And when you add everything up, you think, can I justify another £11 a month? When you consider that, yeah, I'll tell you guys, I'm married with children, with young children. You know, £11 a month on top of everything else that I've got to pay out. It's not just me that has to make that decision. You know, I've got a wife and 2 children that need to. Well, the girl's too young to worry about that. But you know, it's what do they get from that? You know, they get things from Netflix. They get things from that. This isn't an all-family thing, because I guarantee you that if my wife on her PS4 with Fallout 76, she'll have to pay another £11. There's no family option or no household option. But if I have Netflix or I have Sky TV or whatever, we all get to benefit from it. Whereas in this, only I do. And I think that's a disappointment, if I'm honest. So, in conclusion, and I've said that about 15 times, in conclusion, and I'm not an exceptionally liberal person, but I do believe that each to their own and do whatever you want. But my opinion, probably the vast amount of people watching this, is, you know, you're willing to dip your toe in, probably for a bit. A lot of people are willing not to waste money on it, as am I. And thanks everybody. That's all I can say. Is thanks for joining. Thanks for watching this. Thanks for your patience. I think it's been fruitful, and I appreciate all the gifts and all the comments and all the subscription and all the time, and thank you very much, and hopefully we'll see you all soon. So, goodbye from me.